anywhere without that as your theme tune.
Just not a bad theme tune to have.
Does
though,
it mean
is
anything to you?
I mean, back in the day, it meant an awful lot to me. Actually, it changed everything. So yeah, I can't deny that.
What was so special about Vienna?
I think the fact it didn't fit into any particular format. I think it was too long.
I sort of meant the place, actually.
Oh, the place! Oh,
yeah.
what was special about the place? I like the idea of the kind of decaying elegance.
It's a beautiful place.
It's a beautiful place. Wonderful.
I have been. Yeah,
It's magical.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Look, before we get any further, you are, of course, one of the masterminds behind Live Aid, Band Aid, some of the biggest hits of the 80s, and this summer you're back performing live. Before we have a quick chat with you, let's take a look at your greatest hits.
Oh, thank you.
Just revealed that he listened to all of those tracks while at a roller disco in
They were
Brighton.
brilliant.
Who would know?
Roller discos. You guys were at your peak at the time. It was in Brighton, the roller disco. You were on rollerblades, and you would whiz round this thing, listening to this music. But of course, it got shut down because all the blokes were basically identified the best-looking girl, and they sort of raced along on the thing and accidentally fall over.
So this is obviously where I went wrong.
Really?
Yeah, well...
They were big for a while, but you can't find them anymore. Roller
sure,
discos
you didn't
died
need to be at a roller disco to meet the ladies when you're in
I had a guitar
Ultravox.
and a wicked smile.
And a fantastic voice. So what are you up to at the moment? You're doing live festivals now.
I am.
And one of the places you're going is you're performing at a festival in Germany, aren't you?
I'm doing a German tour. I'm doing a festival in a couple of weeks' time in Cheshire, one of these 80s rewind festivals. They're just fantastic. A whole weekend of just great songs. There was something about the 80s.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Songwriting was king. Yeah. And those songs are just evergreens. So, yeah, I'm doing that.
But
what is in your rider? Because you're a recovering alcoholic now, and you've been very open about this, but what is the rider like compared to what it used to be? At the height of your partying, so what did you used to have, and what do you have now?
Oh, yeah, you know, the obligatory, back in the day, it was the obligatory the Jack Daniels.
Of course.
You had to have that, you know, a rock band. These days, it's, you know, it's... diet drinks, you know, no M&Ms, no chocolate, thank you. I don't want any of that stuff back there. So, yeah, at the ripe old age of 62, you've got to kind of look after yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
And any concerns at all about travelling to Germany? I mean, it's just suffered so much.
Oh, the world's crazy right now. I mean, just haven't seen what's just happened in Japan. You know, every day seems to be another major piece of outrage. And thank heavens that, you know, when I tour, it's about music. It's about the opposite. It's about the yin and yang, isn't it? Music it consoles, it helps, it heals.
Why are people so angry, do you think?
I really don't know. I mean...
what would make you go into a place full of disabled people and want to kill everyone?
Well, what makes anyone think that that's the answer to anything without, you know, without dialogue, without talking things through, without expressing yourself? Music's a great way to express your emotions. But why would anyone do any of this stuff that's going on in the world right now? It's crazy, you know.
We're talking about disciplining children this morning. You're a father.
I am.
Have you ever been in a situation where you've wanted to say to a child, behave, or you've spoken to a parent about the behaviour of their child, or you've wanted to give a child a clip around the ear?
I'm old school, you know. I remember what it was like. You used to be, you know, not afraid, but you knew the power a teacher had, or the police, or whatever, and you respected it. And you knew that the big threat when I was a kid was, I'm going to tell your parents if you do something wrong. You know, oh, really? That's gone out the window. No, there are no rules. You know, everything seems to be all the borders, the lines you wouldn't cross are now all crossable for whatever reason, and I don't understand why that is. But there have been times where you think, you know, a clip round here wouldn't be a bad thing in this situation, but doing it with someone else's child.
No, right.
Talking of people who need a clip round the ear, Bob Geldof, your old sparring partner, you built up Band Aid Live and so on. So last week, there he is on stage with the Boomtown Rats, taunting the crowd, effing them, blinding, calling them a bunch of Primark wearing whatevers. What did you make of this? So is Bob, is he exactly the same as he's always been? Is this what he's always done?
Bob's an ageing punk, and it won't go away. You know, that attitude is that. Why would anyone go and see Bob and expect anything other than what they get? You know, you've seen him. He is exactly. You've met him.
Yeah.
He's exactly what you get. What it says on the tin is what you get.
I actually love Bob Geldof. He has a simmering volcanic rage about so many things all the time, but he's also very quick-witted, very intelligent, very charming,
and very passionate about what he does.
Very passionate, right? And it's that kind of thing which drove the whole. Can you believe it's 3 decades since Live Aid and Band Aid?
Yeah, I'm still doing it. Bob and I are still trustees. So,
really?
when we did the Band Aid record, we set up, the Band Aid Trust. The first piece of advice we ever got was from George Harrison, who tried to do something similar with the concert for Bangladesh. And the money all kind of got eaten up in overheads. So he said, get good accountants, make sure this works. So we put the Band Aid Trust together. So it was going to be a 6-month project. So 30-odd years later, we're still doing it.
You must be very proud of it, though. Both of you.
I'm not sure pride has got anything to do with it. It's something we did, and we've kind of created this wonderful monster, and we can't really walk away from it. We have to pass it on to someone at some point, but that's a big decision we'll have to make. Bob, who is obviously older than I am, I just want to get that right.
Yeah.
We have to pass this on at some point, so trying to find someone new coming up.
When you look at the video, which we're looking at now,
yeah,
iconic video, well, probably the most famous video ever made in British music. Which is your favourite bit? We all have a favourite bit.
The bit you just saw, the bit where it was Rick Parfitt standing behind somebody, some young lady, and I think it was Jodie from one of the bands, and he's doing the woo, and he got caught by the camera doing it. It's so status quo. It's fantastic.
It is absolutely lovely to see you this morning. Thanks so much.
Yeah, and best of luck with all the touring.
Yeah.
And your rider sounds absolutely thrilling.
Absolutely boring.
A healthy drink and no chocolates, please.
No, not even an M&M. Very different to my rider, I can tell you.
As we know on this programme. Laura's in Cumbria with the weather.
Love your home, whatever the weather. With Good Morning Britain National Weather. Sponsored by Checkertrade.com.